Hello, everyone, and welcome back to EasyTalk English, where English feels calm, simple, and real. Before we talk about grammar today, I want to ask you something small. How was your day? Did you have a busy one, or was it quiet and slow?
I like starting like this because English is not just rules. It's your life, your habits, your memories. And that's why today's topic is more important than it looks.
Yes, because today we're talking about three very small words: do, does, and did. They look simple, they look friendly, but for many learners, they create fear.
I've heard this so many times. Learners say, I know do, I know did, but when I start speaking, I freeze. They understand each word alone, but in real conversation, everything mixes together.
That moment is very real. You want to ask a question, you open your mouth, and suddenly your brain asks, is it do, does, did? And the silence becomes bigger than the sentence.
And here's the strange part. These are not advanced words. They are basic English. So learners start thinking, if I can't use this correctly, maybe my English is not good.
But let's pause and ask a deeper question. Why do such small words create so much stress? Why do simple forms feel harder than big vocabulary?
I think it's because they appear everywhere. Every question, every short answer, every conversation. So when you feel unsure about them, it feels like everything is unstable.
That makes sense. And if you feel confused here, please hear this clearly. Confusion about do, does, and did is completely normal at A2 and B1 level.
Yes, you are not weak. You are learning time, present and past, habit and memory. That's not small. That's powerful.
And today, we're not going to talk about auxiliary verbs or grammar tables. We're not going to use heavy language.
Instead, we're going to talk about real life. We'll connect these words to your habits, your past, your growth.
Because when grammar connects to life, fear becomes smaller. And when fear becomes smaller, confidence grows.
So stay with us. Take a deep breath. By the end of this episode, do, does, and did won't feel like grammar rules. They'll feel like tools you can actually use.
Let's start with the simplest one, do. Forget grammar names for a moment and just think about feeling. When we use do in questions, we are usually talking about now, about habits, or about things that are generally true in our lives.
Yes. For example, do you drink coffee? That question is not about yesterday or last year. It's about your life in general. It's about your routine.
Exactly. Or do you work or study? That question invites you to share something about your present life. It's simple, but it opens the door to conversation.
That's something important. Do is not just grammar. It builds conversation. When you ask, do you like music? You are creating connection.
Now, let's talk about short answers, because many learners forget this small but powerful part. If someone asks, do you live nearby? The natural answer is, yes, I do, or no, I don't.
Some learners answer, yes, I live, or no, I not. People may understand, but it doesn't sound natural. That small do or don't makes your English smoother.
Yes, and short answers are confident English. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Clear, calm, complete.
Let's imagine a real-life situation. You're at a store, and the cashier asks, do you need a bag? You don't need a long sentence. You just smile and say, yes, I do. Thank you.
That's real English. Simple, natural, and useful. Or imagine you're at a cafe and your friend asks, do you want sugar in your coffee? You answer, no, I don't. That's enough.
Now, let's talk about something interesting. Sometimes we use do to show emotion. For example, I do want to improve my English. That sounds stronger than I want to improve.
Yes, when you say, I do believe in myself, you are adding emphasis. You are saying, I really believe. It shows confidence.
So do is not only about questions. It can add feeling. It can show determination.
Let's bring this into daily routine. Do you wake up early? Do you exercise? Do you watch English videos? These questions talk about habits, not single events.
And that's the key. If it's about your life now or something you do regularly, do usually feels right.
I like to think of do as the word of today. It lives in your present life. It asks about who you are right now.
And when you answer confidently with yes, I do or no, I don't, you are not just practicing grammar, you are practicing clarity.
So instead of seeing do as a rule, see it as a tool. It helps you ask about habits, routines, and daily truths.
And when you feel that, you stop being afraid of it. You start using it naturally because it matches your present life.
Now, let's gently move to does. And I want to say something important first. Does is not a new monster. It's simply do for he, she, and it.
Yes, that's it. Same heart, small change. When we talk about yourself or you, we say, do you like coffee? But when we talk about one person, we say, does he like coffee?
Notice how small the difference is, just one extra ES. But for many learners, that small change creates confusion.
And the most common mistake is this one. Learners say, does he likes coffee? It sounds logical because we think he likes, so we add the S.
But in real English, we say, does he like coffee? Because does already carries the S. The main verb goes back to its simple form.
I like to explain it like this. Does is already doing the work, so the main verb can relax.
That's a nice way to see it. Now let's build a small story to make it feel real. There's a woman named Sarah. She works in a hospital.
So we can ask, does Sarah work at night? Yes, she does. Or, does she like her job? Yes, she does.
Now, let's change the question. Does she live near the hospital? Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But the structure stays calm and simple.
See how natural that sounds? We're not thinking about rules. We're following a pattern.
And that's the insight here. Patterns are more powerful than rules. If you hear, does he, many times, your brain starts to recognize the rhythm.
Let's move into social situations. Imagine you meet someone new and you want to be polite. You might ask, does your brother live nearby? Or does your friend work here?
Those questions feel natural and respectful. They help you show interest in someone's life.
And short answers are just as simple. Yes, he does. No, she doesn't. That's confident English.
I remember when I first learned English, I was afraid of saying does. I would stop and think too long.
That happens because learners try to remember the rule while speaking, but real conversation moves fast.
So instead of asking, what is the grammar rule? Ask yourself, am I talking about he, she, or it? If yes, try does.
Exactly. Same heart as do, just one small adjustment.
And don't be afraid of mistakes like does he likes. That mistake means you understand something. You just need to adjust the pattern.
Over time, the pattern becomes automatic. You won't think, you'll just speak.
So remember this simple idea. Does is not complicated. It's just do in a different mirror.
Small change, same meaning, same purpose. And once you feel that, the fear becomes much smaller.
Now let's meet the word that many learners feel nervous about. Did. But I promise you, did is not scary. It simply means we are talking about something finished in the past.
Yes, that's the key word. Finished. When we use did, we are looking back. The action already happened and it is complete.
For example, did you eat breakfast today? That question is about something finished. Breakfast already happened.
And the short answer is simple. Yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. Calm, clear, natural.
Now here is the important pattern. When we use did in a question, the main verb goes back to its base form. We say, did you go, not did you went.
That mistake is very common. Learners say, did you went there? It feels logical because went is past. But remember, did already shows the past.
Exactly. Did carries the past for us, so the main verb can relax and stay simple.
Let's bring emotion into this. Listen to these two sentences carefully. I don't understand English, and I didn't understand English before.
Do you feel the difference? The first one sounds heavy and negative. The second one sounds hopeful.
Yes, because didn't shows change. It shows growth. It says, before I struggled, but now maybe things are different.
That's why did is powerful. It allows you to talk about progress.
Let's think about childhood. Close your eyes for a second and imagine your first English class. Did you feel confident?
Maybe your answer is no, I didn't. That's honest, and that's okay.
Now ask yourself, did you understand everything back then? Maybe not.
But today, things are different, and that's the beauty of time. Did lets you compare who you were before and who you are now.
Let's create a small story. Imagine a student named Daniel. Last year, Daniel was afraid to speak English.
So we ask, did Daniel speak in class? No, he didn't.
Did he try? Yes, he did.
And now? Now Daniel speaks more confidently. That contrast shows growth.
This is why did is not just grammar, it's reflection. It helps you talk about memories, mistakes, and improvement.
When you say, I didn't believe in myself before, you are not weak, you are showing change.
And change builds confidence, because if something was true in the past, it doesn't have to be true now.
So remember, did equals finished time, and after did, the verb stays simple.
No fear, no heavy thinking. Just ask yourself, is this about something completed before? If yes, try did.
And let it help you tell your story, not just form a sentence. Now let's talk about the moment where many learners freeze. You understand do, does, and did separately, but when you speak, everything mixes together.
Yes, and that freeze usually happens because of one thing: time awareness. You're not sure if you're talking about now or before.
So here's a simple idea that can help you. Time words are signals. They're like traffic lights for grammar.
For example, if you hear words like now, usually, every day, often, that's a sign for do or does.
Right. Do you work every day? Does she study English now? Those time words clearly point to the present or general habits.
Now listen to different signals. Words like yesterday, last week, before, then. These are signs for did.
So we say, did you work yesterday? Or did she study English last year? The time word makes the choice easier.
Let's imagine a real conversation. You meet a friend. You ask, do you go to the gym? That's about habit.
Then you add, did you go yesterday? That's about a finished action. Same topic, different time.
When learners panic, it's often because they forget to check time. They focus only on the verb.
Yes, and their brain starts searching for grammar rules instead of listening to the situation.
Here's a small trick. Before you speak, ask yourself silently, is this about now or before? That question can save you from freezing.
Because once you know the time, the structure becomes clear. Now equals do or does. Before equals did.
And remember, you don't need to speak perfectly. You just need to speak clearly enough for people to understand.
Time awareness builds confidence. When you notice time signals, grammar feels lighter.
So next time you feel that freeze coming, don't panic. Just check the time in your sentence.
English is not about remembering many rules. It's about noticing simple signals.
And once you practice this awareness, do, does, and did will start to separate naturally in your mind.
Now I want to talk about something deeper than grammar, confidence. Because many times the real problem is not do, does, or did. The real problem is fear.
Yes, fear blocks fluency more than grammar ever does. When you are afraid of making a mistake, your mouth becomes quiet even if your brain knows the answer.
I remember when I was learning another language, I knew the words, but when someone asked me a question, I started thinking too much, and in that moment, I lost the rhythm of the conversation.
That's exactly it. Overthinking kills rhythm. Real conversations move naturally. When you stop to check every rule, you lose the flow.
So here's a mindset shift. Don't aim for perfect English. Aim for clear English. If someone understands you, you are already communicating.
Short answers are a great example. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, she does. No, I didn't. These are simple, but they sound confident.
Some learners think short answers are too basic, but actually they show control. They show you understand the structure.
I also love the idea of talking to yourself in English. It sounds funny, but it works. Ask yourself small questions during the day.
For example, do I feel tired? Did I sleep well? Does this make sense? Answer yourself out loud.
When you practice alone, there is no pressure. No one is judging you. That builds quiet confidence.
And here's something honest. When I first started teaching, I still made small mistakes sometimes, but I kept speaking because communication is stronger than perfection.
Yes, perfection is a moving target. You can wait forever to feel ready, but fluency grows from speaking imperfectly many times.
So, next time you hesitate between do and did, don't freeze. Choose one and continue. Movement is better than silence.
Confidence is built in small moments. Each time you answer clearly, even with a short sentence, you become stronger.
And remember, you are not trying to sound like a grammar book. You are trying to sound like yourself in English.
So choose confidence over perfection. Speak, even if your sentence is simple.
Because simple, clear English is powerful English, and that power grows every time you open your mouth and try.
Before we finish today, let's gently review what we learned. Do and does help us talk about now, about habits, about things that are generally true. Did helps us look back at something finished in the past.
And the most important idea is time awareness. If the sentence is about now or something you usually do, choose do or does. If it's about yesterday, before, or something completed, choose did.
When you notice time signals, your brain becomes calmer. You stop guessing and start choosing naturally.
Now let's make this personal. Ask yourself a simple present question. Do I practice English regularly? Then ask a past question. Did I practice English yesterday?
You can do this every day. Small questions build awareness, and awareness builds confidence.
We'd love to hear from you. In the comments, write one sentence with do and one sentence with did. Keep it simple and honest.
And if you ever felt confused by do, does, and did, but today feels clearer, give this episode a like. It helps us know these real-life grammar conversations are useful for you.
If you want to keep learning grammar in a calm, practical way, subscribe to EasyTalk English. We're here to make English feel human, not stressful.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember that growth takes patience.
We'll see you in the next episode. Take care and keep moving forward.